Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the 20 gallon behind me and some of the mistakes I've made, and also how I've been trying to carp it with the Monte Carlo in it. It's finally started to make a little bit of traction on that, so I wanted to talk about it. So I'm going to start with the Monte Carlo, which is this down here, and what I've been doing with my handy dandy nerd tools. I like the one with the little bend at the end, the little prong, and that way I can grab one, see if I have one floating. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't. So I take the scissors and I'll get a tall stem like that one and clip it, and then it should float up unless it's stuck on some algae or something. And then I'll grab that tip, then I'll put that stem in at an angle, I'll let go and then pull out. And there's that new step in the carpet process. So a bunch of these ones that you're seeing, I've just done single plantings on, and it all started from this patch right here, and I've just been slowly clipping it and replanting, clipping and replanting. So this patch right here finally started to take off, and then this one right here has started to build up too. So I'm excited to have made some headway on that front. But a couple of weeks ago, I decided to remove the valve that was back in this corner, and that ran along this side too, and didn't think anything of it, just didn't really want it in there. It gets too tall for a 20 gallon for my liking, and pulled it out again, wasn't even thinking about it. And then I started looking around, and some of my Amano shrimps were just not looking real good. One of them was buried down in the dwarf's edge over here and kind of blue, and some of them kind of started to get a white color to them. Long story short, pretty sure I lost all my Amano shrimps after doing that, because they typically hide back underneath this filter or on top of it or on the sides, and I have looked and looked and looked and looked and have not seen any in a couple of weeks. After doing a little bit of research, what I found is that pulling up that valve probably threw up some various things. Maybe it spiked my nitrogen or my ammonia to the point that they don't like it. Maybe it released some extra metals like some coppers or iron that they didn't really like, and they ended up dying. So what I learned is, if I'm gonna move stuff like that, I need to be very careful and maybe only remove one thing at a time instead of ripping it all out at once, because that was probably the biggest mistake on that front. So yeah, I'm probably going to be getting some more Amano shrimp at some point. Don't know when. I really liked having them. It was my first time to have shrimp, and it went really well until I decided to pull all the valve out of there. So yeah, the other thing I want to talk about is, I was on a Facebook group or something, and somebody was complaining about duckweed. And I personally like having duckweed. It makes me feel like I'm fighting algae, because the roots dangling down are going to help absorb some of the nutrients in the water column itself and help fight some of that algae. But I realize a lot of people don't, and I hear a lot of people complain about it. So I wanted to talk about getting rid of it. And the simplest answer is a net. So all I do is come in here and scoop and skim off that top, and that I just do that over and over and over and over and over again until I can't see anymore. And I understand that it's not as simple as, oh, just scoop it off, because this is only a 20 gallon tank. Some people are dealing with 55, 75, 120s and larger. So I understand it's not that simple, but it's not something that you're going to get rid of in one day. It's something that you're going to have to scoop multiple times over the course of a couple of weeks. At one point, this tank actually was completely duckweed free, because I scooped it out with a net maybe 2 or 3 weeks in a row. I was really, really aggressive about it, trying to get it out of there. And it's reintroduced itself. So it's not something that's going to go away forever and always. It's going to come back, and it's going to take some effort and time to get it out of your tank. So that was just something that was kind of grinding my gears, that people, they act like they can never get rid of it, and you can, but it does take some effort, like a lot of things in life. So yeah, but here's a little side view of this tank. I like doing the views from the side because it's not something you typically see. But that's all I've really got to talk about this time. So if you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions or comments, say something down in the comments section. And if you like the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. But until next time, I'll catch y'all in the next video.